This training session will be for the employees of Cathay Pacific Airlines. As an internationally focused airline, they experience numerous passengers from many different cultural backgrounds. Because of this, flight attendants should be able to effectively communicate and deal with the needs of people from various cultural backgrounds, ethnicities, and nationalities. For the duration of this 4-hour training session, we will break it down to 2 key points. The first part will cover the more technical and educational information for the employees. This will cover what types of cultures are most likely to travel with the airline, what specific communication methods should be used or working, and how to appropriately deal with people from other cultures. The second part will be a much more practical and contain real-life scenarios of dealing with passengers from other cultures, passengers who are insulting people from other cultures, as well as dealing and communicating with passengers and attending to their needs, culturally based or otherwise. We will also include activities where the employees are role-playing situations to test how they react to these specific circumstances. Cathay Pacific strives to be the world's best airline as stated in their vision, excelling in everything that they do. This must be exemplified by the service that is provided to the customers from the cabin crew and the pilots. Cathay Pacific is a truly multicultural organization. Based in Hong Kong, they fly to countries all over the globe. This means employees must have avid experience with international cultures and effectively communicate and empathize with their diverse customer base. The key objectives of this training session are as follows: to develop an understanding of how culture and cultural differences affect the workplace, to bridge any cultural gaps that may exist between staff and customers, educate participants of the cultural etiquette differences between key routes in the Cathay Pacific network, and finally, in assisting the participants to take action if any culturally based altercations may take place in the workplace. We will be running 4 main activities in the second half of the training session, which is the more practical part of the training session. The first activity will be a sample quiz on the main cultural aspects of countries on key flight routes that the airline travels to. Following the quiz, we will run a role-play activity where employees will act as both flight attendants and customers, enacting specific situations detailed by our team. The next activity will be where we test their responses to scenarios of cultural abuse by fellow passengers to examine how they react. The final activity will be an all-inclusive cultural activity, where the employees share information about their own cultures and what cultural aspects they can all incorporate into their daily jobs. The key information we will try to convey to the employees in this training session includes educational and real-life scenarios of cultural differences that may occur in flight. It will also cover varying types of cultures that would frequent the airline and how they may require different forms of communication methods depending on the culture. Finally, we will be discussing procedures and tips for dealing with customers who are not acting appropriately towards other cultures, as well as differentiating between culture-related abuse and otherwise. These sessions will be facilitated by Dragana and Benjamin, our 2 cultural and communication experts. They will be taking you through both the technical information and practical activities that we'll be conducting in this training session. Both Dragana and Benjamin have bicultural backgrounds and have experience in dealing with cultural diversity over many years. They will be running scenarios of in-flight situations, as well as testing your knowledge on how to act in these situations in the many activities that we'll be including in this training session. We hope you enjoy the training session as a whole, and we hope to see you soon on a Cathay Pacific flight. Thanks and goodbye.